You have built a successful life abroad, maybe in Toronto or London. But if you are an NRI, a non-resident Indian living outside the country, a piece of your mind is always back home in places like Punjab or Chandigarh. When you are thousands of miles away, the geographical blind spot turns every unanswered text or minor complaint into a major source of anxiety. This chart visualizes the reality on the ground. 1 in 3 NRI parents live alone, and an alarming 72% are actively missing their doctor visits. These missed appointments stem from the protection paradox, the strategic way aging parents hide their physical and mental struggles to keep you focused on your career. They act out of love. They know you are busy, and they fear that a single medical complaint will force you to drop everything, book an expensive flight, and jeopardize the life you worked so hard to build. Relying on daily messages of everything is fine carries immense risk. It masks physical decline until a crisis forces the truth out into the open. To bypass those verbal reassurances and see the reality, you need an objective tool. Families at Blaze Elder Care use the 3-point video call audit. Step 1 is the clothing check. If you notice baggy collars or wristwatches sliding down their arms, you are looking at rapid, unreported weight loss. Step 2 is the sit-to-stand test. Ask them to grab something from another room while on video. If they rock back and forth or rely heavily on the armrests, they are hiding mobility issues, which are the leading cause of falls. Step 3 is the environment check. Sudden clutter or unopened mail in a previously spotless house often points to physical fatigue or early cognitive decline. Confronting them directly about these signs usually leads to defensiveness, but ignoring them ensures you are just waiting for a midnight emergency phone call. Creating a reliable safety net requires a professional, localized proxy on the ground, someone who can verify their reality without the emotional burden of guilt. The first common aging scenario involves parents who are largely independent. They still drive and socialize, but you are noticing minor memory slips or recent close calls. This diagram outlines 3 tiers of proxy care, starting with Sayak Sati, the baseline oversight solution designed specifically for this exact phase. The input involves a structured system, weekly wellness phone checks, and a comprehensive home safety audit to identify physical hazards. This creates a verified safety net and an early hazard detection system that protects them without encroaching on their independence. The trade-off is straightforward. While it provides excellent baseline monitoring, it lacks a physical presence if a sudden mobility event occurs. For families who need a watchful eye from afar, this tier acts as an essential early warning system. The second scenario is the silent decline phase. You start discovering missed medications, untouched food in the fridge, and a growing sense of isolation inside the home. At this stage, doctor visits are frequently skipped simply because the physical logistics of arranging transportation have become too tiring to manage. The middle column represents Sahayak Samart. This is the active health management tier, chosen by most NRI families. The input escalates to bi-weekly proxy visits, escorted medical consultations, and strict digital logging of vitals like blood pressure and blood sugar. The crucial element here is the Sahayak. A Sahayak is a vetted, professional human companion who visits regularly to build a relationship, bridging the emotional gap to fight the severe isolation that affects many elders. The outcome is dual-layered: physical stabilization through strict medication compliance, and improved mental health through human connection. The trade-off is that this tier requires an ongoing financial commitment, and your parents will need to accept a new person into their established daily routine. By replacing isolation with active, on-the-ground advocacy, this tier definitively prevents most avoidable hospitalizations. In the final scenario, severe mobility loss or chronic illness takes hold. Managing care from London or Toronto quickly turns into a chaotic second job. The final column on our chart represents Sahayak Sampanna, the full concierge and comprehensive guardianship tier. The input requires a massive operational lift: daily caregiver visits, complete management of property and legal matters, and a dedicated 24/7 account manager. This operates on a strict guardianship protocol, It uses military-grade operational discipline to ensure zero-error reporting and guaranteed 1-hour emergency response times. This operational discipline is literal. It is built on the deep-rooted military and administrative frameworks brought in by the founders, who include decorated veterans of the Indian Armed Forces. The outcome is a complete turnkey outsourcing of all geographical friction. It lets you step down as a stressed project manager and return to being a child. The trade-off is significant. This is the most resource-intensive tier, requiring the highest budget and a deep level of trust to execute effectively. For families facing complex aging realities, this tier yields absolute operational peace of mind and prevents career disruption. Choosing the right architecture of care depends on penetrating that protection paradox to find the truth. Ask yourself, do you know the exact truth of your parents' health? If yes, independent parents need baseline oversight, while physical decline requires active management. If no, if you rely on WhatsApp reassurances, you need an objective baseline assessment to uncover the reality. Technology can bridge the physical distance between continents, but only a professional human proxy can bridge the truth. Successful long-distance elder care requires first discovering the specific intervention your parents actually need. Do not wait for a catastrophic medical emergency to try and build a safety net from thousands of miles away. By then, your options are severely limited. Book a free diagnostic consultation with Blaze Elder Care to verify the situation on the ground. Taking this single diagnostic step replaces constant geographic anxiety with documented, objective peace of mind.